Understand this before anything else. Not every thought you think is yours. And until you grasp that fully, you are not thinking. You are being thought through. What people call belief is often nothing more than repetition that has been accepted without examination. And once repetition settles deep enough, it stops feeling like information and starts feeling like identity. Go back and observe the idea presented in Inception, not as entertainment, but as a model. A thought is planted so deeply that when the person wakes, they act on it as if it originated from their own consciousness. No resistance, no questioning, no awareness of installation, just execution. Now remove the dream and look at your waking life. What is religion if not inherited thought? What is tradition if not repeated behavior passed through generations? What is celebrity culture if not manufactured attention shaping desire? What is fear if not programmed expectation? Ideas are not just learned, they are installed. Through language, through emotion, through environment, through authority, through repetition. This is the architecture of belief control. First exposure, then repetition, then emotional attachment, then identity. Once identity is attached, the idea becomes defended, not because it is true, but because it feels like self. This is where Heka enters, not as mythology, not as superstition, but as the power of word, sound, and intention to shape perception. Heka is the recognition that language is not passive. It is active. It organizes reality inside the mind. It directs attention. It programs response. When you hear something repeatedly, your mind begins to mark it as familiar. Familiarity becomes comfort. Comfort becomes trust. And trust becomes belief. This is not magic in the mystical sense. This is neurological patterning. So what you call your beliefs are often agreements you never consciously signed. You inherited them. You absorbed them. You were conditioned into them. And once installed, they run automatically, influencing your decisions, your reactions, your fears, your desires. The danger is not that ideas exist. The danger is unconscious acceptance, because when you do not question the origin of a thought, you cannot control its influence. Think about it. How many of your desires are truly yours? How many of your fears were taught? How many of your goals were modeled for you? How many of your limits were installed through authority figures, media, or environment? This is the real matrix, not a machine, but a mental framework, a system of installed beliefs operating below awareness. And here is the turning point. Awareness disrupts installation. The moment you observe a thought, instead of immediately identifying with it, you create space. And in that space, choice appears. You begin to ask, where did this come from? Who benefits from me believing this? Does this align with reality or repetition? Is this fear or fact? This is mental sovereignty, not the elimination of thought, but the examination of it. Heka, in its highest sense, is not about controlling others. It is about reclaiming control of self, choosing what you allow to take root in your mind, choosing what you repeat, choosing what you reinforce. Because what you repeat becomes real to you. What you reinforce becomes your perception, and perception becomes your lived reality. So if thoughts can be installed unconsciously, they can also be installed consciously. Discipline replaces default. Intention replaces inheritance. Awareness replaces automation. The question is no longer, what do you believe? The real question is, who installed what you believe? And once you answer that honestly, you stop being a passive receiver of ideas and become an active architect of your mind. And that is where real power begins. Ashe.